Beneath the endless white of Antarctica, under more than a mile of solid ice, there is a world almost no human has ever seen. Not a cave, not a hollow void, but an ancient landscape preserved in silence for tens of millions of years. In a remote region known as Wilkes Land in East Antarctica, scientists using advanced satellite imaging and ice-penetrating radar have mapped something extraordinary. Hidden below the frozen surface lies a vast terrain of mountains, deep valleys, and winding river systems. Some of these valleys plunge nearly 4,000 feet deep, carved long ago by flowing water on a continent that looked nothing like the one we know today. Because Antarctica was not always a frozen desert. More than 34 million years ago, it was a warmer, greener place. Forests once stretched across the land. Rivers moved through valleys. Life existed here in forms we can only piece together through fragments and fossil evidence. Then, everything changed. As global temperatures dropped, ice began to spread, slowly covering the continent. Over time, that ice thickened into the massive sheet we see today. But in certain regions, including this one, something unusual happened. The ice became cold and stable, almost frozen in place. Instead of grinding and reshaping the land beneath it, it preserved it. What scientists found is not just buried terrain. It is a snapshot of Earth's distant past, sealed away like a time capsule. A landscape that has not seen sunlight since long before humans existed. Long before mammoths, before ice ages, before almost everything we associate with the modern world. This discovery is real. It is measurable. It is grounded in data collected from orbit and from the ice itself. And yet, it raises a deeper question. If something this vast can remain hidden for so long, what else might be down there? For decades, Antarctica has been at the center of speculation. One of the most well-known figures tied to these stories is Admiral Richard Byrd, who led major expeditions to the continent in the mid-20th century. His missions, including Operation Highjump, were officially focused on exploration and research. But over time, stories began to circulate suggesting that Byrd encountered something unexpected. Accounts, often debated and difficult to verify, claim he described regions beyond the known ice, areas that did not match the harsh, frozen environment expected at the South Pole. These stories became part of a much larger idea known as the Hollow Earth theory. The concept suggests that our planet may contain vast internal spaces, possibly even entire ecosystems hidden beneath the surface. In some versions, entrances are believed to exist near the polar regions, concealed by extreme conditions and limited access. There is no scientific evidence supporting the idea of a hollow Earth. But the discovery of a preserved landscape beneath Antarctica adds a layer of intrigue that keeps these theories alive in the public imagination, not because it proves them, but because it reminds us how little we have actually seen. And then there are the shapes. Satellite imagery and aerial photographs have revealed several pyramid-like mountains rising from the Antarctic ice. These formations, often referred to as the Antarctica Pyramids, have sparked intense debate online. At first glance, their sharp angles and symmetry can look artificial, almost constructed. But geologists point to a simpler explanation. These are likely nunataks, mountain peaks shaped by erosion, carved by wind and ice over immense spans of time until they resemble geometric forms. Still, the visual is striking. A frozen continent, ancient terrain hidden below, and above it, peaks that look almost designed. When you combine real scientific discovery with unexplained visuals and decades of speculation, it creates a powerful narrative, one that sits right on the edge between what we know and what we imagine. Scientists are now looking for ways to go deeper. By drilling through the ice, they hope to extract samples of ancient soil and sediment from this buried world. Those samples could reveal what grew there, what the climate was like, and how quickly Antarctica transformed from a living landscape into a frozen one. Not to rewrite everything we know, but to refine it, to fill in gaps in Earth's long and complex history. What lies beneath Antarctica is not a hidden civilization or a secret inner world, at least not based on any evidence we have today. But it is something just as compelling. A preserved piece of our planet's past, locked away in ice, waiting to be studied. And maybe that is what makes it so fascinating. Because even without the myths, even without the theories, the reality is still incredible. There just may be a lost world beneath the ice. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for joining us here at Unexplained Places on Earth. Our lead researcher and producer, Marcia Chase, is collecting unusual stories and unexplained places as she finishes the ending of her first novel. If you have a great story to tell or unusual place to add to the list, please send us an email. Thanks for watching.